Hey guys, happy Monday. It's I want to say it's like going on 11:30 in the morning. It's almost noon and I am working from home today, so I wanted to come on and make a video. I've got Monroe. We're sitting out on my side porch. Um, it's gorgeous out. There's no clouds in the sky. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful day. It has been so far. And so I've got her in this beautiful little dragonfly romper from Jacquardie, and she's hanging out in her Orbit Baby car seat. And I wanted to come on and do a little chat video with you guys. I hear a lot of people talking about silicone, the durability of silicone, how long is silicone really going to last for? Like, there's so many discussions about and around silicone and its durability. So I wanted to chat about it with you guys, share what I know from the years that I've been collecting and from experiencing several different types and kinds of silicone from multiple artists, many artists over the years. And yeah, figured it's a good chat video. So what I initially think when someone asks me, especially a collector that's not collected silicone, is afraid to maybe start collecting silicone because they've heard horror stories, or in their mind they don't think that silicone is very durable and that all silicone gets damaged. My answer to that, and when someone asks my opinion, is always going to be that yes, I think that silicone is a delicate medium. I think that unfortunately there are a lot of collectors that have silicone out there that don't know how to handle it properly, or have disregard when it comes to handling their silicone dolls. And I'm not saying a lot of collectors do, but those are the horror stories that come across that I've seen over the years, is that I've seen collectors mishandle or handle too roughly, or maybe not follow artists' instructions on care for longevity of the medium. And so I think for most of us silicone collectors out there, I think once you're comfortable handling silicone and you know generally how to take care of it, it is a very durable medium. I think that any doll, whether it be made from silicone, whether it be made from vinyl, made from clay, can be damaged. No matter how durable you think something is, depending on how you care for it, is going to determine the longevity of it. And so, you know, things vary from collector to collector. Like I've seen, and I think hands down, I think that Claire Taylor's silicone is the most durable. I think that she's done the most research. She's been in the business such a long time and come such a long way to develop her particular blend of silicone that she likes to use. And I think she's very knowledgeable about what to do, what not to do. So when I've had, like, literally from every stage of Claire's growth as an artist, I've had a doll through every part of it, I feel. Because I've had her dolls literally from the day she started producing silicone onto current. And every one of her products has always been made of quality and of durability as best as it could be at the time. And I know several collectors that have her very early work with the dragon skin silicone, and they are as beautiful and as pristine as the day they were made because they were well cared for. So then we get into a lot of collectors that their goal becomes that they want to role play and they want to treat the doll like a real baby, and they start handling the doll all the time, possibly maybe a little too much. I don't know what too much is, but I know that I've seen a lot of damage come from a lot of collectors over the years. And I always think in the back of my head, like, how could something like that happen? Like when I see fingers that have been torn off and gosh, the mouth just a mess, you know, peeling, tearing at the corners of the mouth. And then I realized it's because people handled them like a real baby. They gave the doll pacifiers on a regular basis. They fed the doll regularly. And I think when you're too aggressive or not taking enough care, then yes, of course, damage can happen. None of us want to damage our dolls. We invest a lot of money into these babies, and we want to have them last. But you have to know that if you're handling your doll regularly, it could happen. Anything could happen. So I think that it really just, I think overall, yes, it's a little bit of a delicate medium, but it's also sturdy when cared for properly. I think that would be my answer to the multiple people that have asked me recently. And I think it's because they're thinking they want to dabble into the silicone side of things. And I think that's why they're asking my full out opinion. And I am very honest. I think that I am one who takes very, 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 very much care with my dolls. I don't bathe them. I will stand by this. I still don't think that it's ever good to bathe your doll. If you as a collector want to bathe your doll, that is completely up to you, but know that damage can happen. That comes directly from the artist. That she told me that a long time ago. She told me that recently, so it's just my thoughts and feelings that I'm not comfortable with it, so I therefore will not take the risk, nor do I have the urge to want to bathe the doll. So it really doesn't matter if I do or don't at this point for me as a collector. But it's also because I'm thinking of how I can best preserve my investment. And some collectors don't view that in the same way. Like, they want to keep their dolls nice, but they want to thoroughly enjoy it, and they'll tell you that it's their prerogative to enjoy the doll as thoroughly and in any way that they want. And that is true. But when it comes into play and people start getting a little bit touchy about it is when you go to sell that doll on. People want to know when they're investing a large amount of money what's been done to the doll, how was the doll handled. Like, I will take, for instance, this edition. The original owner of Dwayne number 2, I don't know her, but I know the second mommy that received this doll from its original mom. And I want to say maybe a handful of months after she had the doll directly from Claire. So the doll came to my friend with damage. Half the hair was missing. Had some issues here and there, like some shiny spots that we know that didn't come directly from Claire that way. And the doll came without all the originals. So this doll was literally tossed in a box. And this is what I mean by you know, depending on how someone cares for a doll is how long the beautiful doll will last. This doll was literally thrown in a box without any excess padding or anything to keep the doll protected on its travels to the new owner. So if someone takes that little amount of care for a doll when they're packing and sending a very expensive doll to another collector, I can only imagine what may have taken place in the privacy of that owner's home when she had the doll originally. Like, I can't fathom spending $10,000 on a doll and then just overhandling, being aggressive enough that the hair is falling out. And it takes a lot for Claire Taylor Silicone's hair to fall out. Trust me, people. Trust me. She roots the hair very deep in the head. So I would say hers are probably the most durable as far as wear and tear, especially with the hair. So in order for that to happen in such a short period of time, it makes a person wonder. And maybe that's me being a little judgy, but when I'm looking to buy on the secondary market, I think of these things. I want to know the history of a doll before I invest my money into it. And it matters. It matters when you're talking about money. So that's kind of where I always think about, you know, being cautious when I handle her, being careful every single time I change her, checking her silicone, checking on a regular basis to make sure she doesn't have any boo-boos, and just making sure I'm aware. I think that's really important when we're dealing with silicone dolls. I think it's very important, especially if you think you want to get your investment back out of the doll in the future. So those are my thoughts. People ask me this all the time. Do I really and thoroughly enjoy my dolls because they're such a high investment, a high amount of money invested in them? And I absolutely do, but I do it with care. That's how I know that I can enjoy her thoroughly and still know that she's in good condition. And yeah, that's my thoughts on it. I think that that's the best way for me. Every collector is very different, so therefore I will never tell anybody how to collect or how to enjoy their dolls. We've had that discussion before, but this is me sharing my opinion on the delicate nature of silicone being the medium and, you know, my thoughts on it. It's just my opinion. It's only mine. Anybody can agree, disagree. Other collectors out there that have had different experiences may say different things, and that's fine. That's why we all chat. It's a discussion. But I think if handled with care, I think that silicone will last for years and years and years and years and years. That's what I think. Even the super soft silicone, I think that if you're super careful with it, it will still last for many, 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 many years. If it's been made from good quality silicone, especially, because I think it is a very durable product. But handle it like a baby. I think that's what Claire said initially. Every time I've gotten any care instructions from her, I think she says handle the baby like you would a newborn, a living baby, and gently like that. You know, and keeping that in mind, and the doll will last. And I think that's a good way to think about it. And I'm not talking about bathing the doll and feeding the doll. I mean, like, just how you pick up a baby, a living baby. You would be very, very careful. So that's my thoughts, guys. And here's Miss Monroe. And the sun is getting hotter and hotter and hotter. But let me tell you, it's gorgeous out here. So I'm going to enjoy my lunch outside, taking a little break from work, and then, yeah, then I'll get back to it. But I hope you guys are having a great start to your work week. And Monroe and I, we will see you all very soon, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.